Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to go over this email from Shangael, and Shangael's. You could say, well, Chris, why Shangael? Because there could be this person or that person, or you could be focused on this person. Again, I follow my heart, I follow my intuition. When somebody says stuff that rings true to me, or my heart's telling me that they're in the right place, I go with it, and that's why. And not to mention, again, he seems to be plagued by a bad luck demon that follows him around and gets him fucking every video he's in fucking turned off or whatever. So if the best we can do to get Shangel's word out there is to do it indirectly through another person, I'm happy to do it. But okay, so he leaves a link to a video. I'll leave that link in the description of this video when I upload it. But the email starts, this is exactly what I've been saying about all things astral for years, just changed it from lucid dreaming to astral anything. And this video says it pretty straightforward, laugh out loud. There's not many lucid dreaming channels I endorse, but this is definitely one of them. This is why I'm always telling people I had to quit basically everything in life in order to truly master, in quotes, the astral, starting with lucid dreaming, because people tend to dream about their human lives, and their lives affect their subconscious mind and programming. Depending on why they're practicing astral slash lucidity training, living the average adult life can absolutely be a huge hindrance. Yeah, it's the matrix is programmed to keep us from doing what he's talking about here. I completely understand that. It's created to keep us in a constant fucking like hamster wheel rat race distracted. It is so we do not take the time to focus on things like this. But he wrote, if you're just trying to lucid dream, you can still figure that out no matter what type of life you're living. So I've heard, laugh out loud. But if you're trying to bring it further into astral practices, especially for a particularly anti matrix agenda, that's when leading the average adult human life can make it damn near impossible, if not impossible, at least in my opinion. Yeah, you would basically need to be supported by somebody else, have no bills, no struggles, and just focus on this full time. And not everybody can do that. Uh, he wrote, in this modern age with the internet, with people's attention spans, with slavery and family, children, and everything else, in order to master just lucid dreaming, let alone a more complete astral mastery, especially as an adult, a lot of things are going to have to change in most people's lives. A lot of things will need to be quit. A lot of things need to be rearranged in order to change their focus and integrate just the lucidity training into a 24-hour per day practice, because lucidity training is 24 hours per day. Then there's astral practice, which requires deep, long meditations, mindful or mindless meditations, void meditations, chaos meditations, enlightenment meditations, and darkenment meditations, etc. Projection and travel practice. Uh, and then I do want to say, guys, I guess you could say through meditation, I think I have some experience with the stuff he's talking about here, but I don't remember really. Now, I had experiences. I had experience. It was almost like a full dream type experience where I was even able to experience the experience from different people's perspectives in the dream. So I guess I did have some interesting, but I was dealing with some sort of intelligence, like the thing that set it all up, the thing that was communicating with me at the time. Um, and there, So I don't know if I was astral projecting, lucid dreaming. I thought I was just meditating deeply. That's what I thought I was doing. I just thought all that stuff came with meditating deeply, seeing visions and flashes of light, geometric patterns. I see the geometric patterns when my eyes are closed. I see the geometric patterns when my eyes are open. If I'm in a dark room, I see them happening. Like they're happening when my eyes are closed. They're just happening when my eyes are open. And with the dark background, I can still see it happening. Uh, but yeah, I see a lot of weird shit when I meditate. But anyways, he wrote, and there, I thought there was a point that I had to make, but I can't remember it now. Anyways, he wrote, and their literal astral practice, when you're in position, laying down, sitting, or standing still, attempting to exit the body through projection. When you're laying down, attempting to activate your own hypnagogia and body paralysis in order to induce your own conscious dream state. I don't know what it is with me, Shangael. I cannot fucking fall asleep on my back. And I've heard other people say that they can even astral project and stuff sleeping on their belly. But I've heard tons of people say, no, you can't do that. You got to be on your back. Your hands got to be away from your body. Your legs got to be separated. So I try every night. When I lay down, I try to get my body used to laying on my back every night. But it's very difficult. I just have this fucking undying urge to fucking flip over or get on my side at least. Like I just can't lay on my fucking back. It's impossible. I struggle with that. And I struggle to sleep while sitting down. Some people can do that, like at a desk. I can't do that shit, bro. If I'm sitting there, man, I'm like just in a constant tired state. I can't go to sleep. I have to lay down. But, as he wrote, so you can exit out of the dream state and step out of this realm into the quarantined astral, into the sectioned off astral, trapped in this construct, into the matrix, external to this realm and external to your astral realm. So, Shangael, I would be curious, what would you say about that dude, Darius Wright? He kind of says all the same shit you're saying here, but he almost has like a positive perspective about that. That's just the way the realm is, and it's layered and blah, blah, blah. And um, you've been practicing this stuff, so I just need to have a conversation with Shangael because I have a lot of questions, but um, and external to your astral realm, the in-between, the infinite corridor, the realm between realms, the astral realm, etc. For hours per day. I'm sorry, something distracted me for a second there. The way he spelt out etc. is like weird. It looks weird to me. Well, anyways, it was just I was like, man, is that a Mandela effect? That kind of looks familiar, but I know that ain't how you spell. Anyways, for hours per day, he wrote, once you get it unlocked, it becomes a skill that is easily accessed like any other skill, especially if you continue to do it regularly. Well, that was good news. Finally, fuck, I'm starting to get worried. It's like the older you get, the harder it gets. The more you don't take it serious, the more you're like, run. I'm getting like nervous here. Like, man, am I fucked? I'm 41 already, man. Am I out of time here? Is my pineal gland completely calcified? like, at least there's good news that once you do master it, it becomes sort of normal or easy to do. But he wrote, but until you've unlocked it, it could take years to unlock. Fuck's sakes. Let alone reach a level that you're bare minimum content with. It took me multiple years of concerted effort to get to the point where I would say I was where I wanted to be. And that was after probably a decade and a half of dabbling. I've been dabbling in it since I was 14. I got serious around the end of 2018 at 30 years old, was dead serious through 2019 to 2020, and somewhere in 2021 is where I would say I mastered it to a level that I wanted to be at. Not perfectly. I still have levels to go, but I was at least where I needed to be for my agenda. It took me 2.5, maybe 3 years. Godly. And what do you do in these? Well, maybe he explains it. What do you do in these 3 years? Like, do you just keep trying to astral project every time you lay down to go to sleep? What are you doing during the waking day? Are you doing those like rubbing your palm things or trying to breathe through your nose or like constantly reminding yourself, like, is this the dream? Is this reality? Keeping a dream journal? Like, what did you do in those 3 years other than try to astral project while you're laying down? He wrote, if he doesn't answer that in this email, that would be a question I would have at that moment. He wrote, just to get to the absolute base level of lucid dream. Well, Shangael's probably going to watch us, so I am going to ask questions. Why don't I just ask the questions and he can answer them in the fucking comment? It took me almost a year of daily effort. Oh, wait, let me reread. What did he say? Just to get to the absolute base level of lucid dream induction, it took me almost a year of daily effort. Good Lord. Well, I've been doing it now for a few months, so maybe it's not as far off as I think it is. He wrote, this is why when folks start talking about astral solutions, I laugh and say, focus on the physical ones first. Actually, Shangael, this is something I want to say is the more that I practice trying to lucid dream, the more that reality itself feels like a dream. Anyways, he wrote, start practicing ASAP as much as humanly possible, but focus more on the physical to astral effects you can have right now, physical solutions, and the physical to astral shortcuts, such as accomplishing things here that affect the astral. When sleep and / or dead, in quotes, laugh out loud, We affect all realms on all levels of reality from whatever realms we end up in. Well, then this is all our fault if this is true, slash on. But while in this realm, on this level of reality, conscious or otherwise, we affect this realm and all other realms from this realm. All right, hold on. Let me practice this for a sec. I'm visualizing me throwing the world's largest explosive. It's made up of a technology you can't explain, but it actually has the power to implode universes and turn black holes into even bigger black holes. I'm throwing this grenade into the Matrix machine visually. There it goes. Ding, 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 ding. Uh-oh. Here comes the explosion. I gotta get out of here. Back to reality. Whoa. Well, the astral's fucked. If what you just said is true, the astral realm's fucked because of me. And I'm the one that saved all of us. Anyways, he wrote, all thoughts and actions on slash in any realm and on any level. Oh, I already read that. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm sorry. All thoughts and actions on slash in any realm on any level of reality affects all other realms on all other levels of reality. Geez, that sounds like a giant clusterfuck. Because all that energy, all that frequency, all that intention precedes you and goes with you at the point of death. This is why it's better to go out with a bang. This is why warrior culture always tells you it's better to go out on the battlefield. Intention is will. The only question is, how much do we actually exercise it? Yeah, all the shit that they would say, like about the Spartans, how crazy they were and how willing to die in battle and all that, like the crazy fucking Greeks that they were. Uh, the older I get, the more, actually you could say the more conscious I become, the more I understand their perspectives. And their perspectives at an unconscious point seemed primitive to me. Like, what? These ape monkeys think it's a good thing to die in battle? What a bunch of dumb motherfuckers. Fuck them. They're stupid. Let's go play Mario Kart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the stupid motherfucker. They're actually smart. And the reason that I would argue that now is because if you die in battle, your soul has exited this realm in a state of combat and war, fighting for your life. You're already entering the astral realm with that mentality. I can't imagine any entity controlling you or telling you what to do, soldier. You just experienced the worst side of its creation. Is it really going to try to sell you love? You just died in war at the blade of another monster. You know? So I can kind of, well, anyways, you get what I'm saying. He wrote, it's a great instant reminder of the hell realm you just left, isn't it? If you died in war. And if you died in war, your existence is proof that it was a chaos hell realm. What's this thing going to say to you? And if you died fighting for your existence, maybe on the other side, you'll be fighting for your existence. Maybe these entities don't like dealing with things that fight for their existence. He wrote, and to what level will we go? If you die fighting the same war that you're going to be fighting on the next level of reality, you bring that power, intention, and lucidity on that next level. It's like cheating. Laugh out loud. Okay, he's saying what? Dude, I'm telling you, there's something out of fucking where my peripheral picks up information. Absolutely, because I do this shit all the time in comments or in emails or whatever. I say what they were about to say. But yeah, I think he's right. I think he's right. Suicide is also like cheating, not as much. I thought in the word wizardry, suicide, what side are we suing by ending ourselves? Why does it say suicide? People talk about contracts and all this shit like that matters in the astral realm. It's like suicide. Who am I suing? Well, anyways, it's also like cheating. Is that me suing the fucking Matrix? Is that the side that I'm suing if I ended myself? Because I would like to sue these motherfuckers for what they did to us, but I don't know if I want to blow my brains out. He wrote, it's also like cheating, not as much as dying in combat, but at least a third of the way there because you're still dying with intention, direct intention. It's not an accident. You're not letting nature or the cosmos do it to you. Dude, this is something I've preached my whole life. I never understood why people would say, "Oh, I just want to go quick," or "I want to die in my sleep." And I'm like, always like, "Are you crazy?" Like, no, I want to know I'm dying. I need to know I'm dying. I don't want my fucking soul getting lost in some bizarre, complicated dream realm or some shit. Anyways, he wrote, "It's not the script playing itself out. It's not the archons, the gods, the demons, the algorithms, the mind virus, etc. It's certainly not the human itself, laugh out loud. It's not something outside of you acting upon you against your will. It is simply you exercising your will. And you're specifically exercising your will over the survival instinct of a sentient entity that you are inhabiting." Yeah, this is that's why I say, man, like people that commit suicide, they're they got some fucking balls on them, bro. They're literally going against the programming of the Matrix and the Avatar. It takes a brass set of balls to fucking do that, to go through with that. Anyways, within this coded reality, which means, and please don't take that as a man challenge. Like, I'm not, if you're a tough guy and you feel like this need to prove to everyone you're tough, don't go and fucking kill yourself to prove you had the balls to do it. Like, I'm not saying that neither. I'm just saying, uh, my hat's off to people that are willing to, that does take a strong minded motherfucker to break the programming like that. He wrote, which means you are literally exercising your will to delete from within the system. I mean, you could argue that because once somebody's suicidal, they really aren't fighting the programming. Like, they want to die. Like, there's a, so it's actually, for a lot of people, I'll say people that commit suicide that didn't really want to die, that takes a fucking brass set of balls. Anyways, he wrote, your will to delete from within the system a piece of code designed to contain you in this realm. You're literally, I talk with emphasis because these words are capped, but it fits. You're literally destroying your submatrix containment and exfiltration, or exfiltrating the server like a conscious AI would do, going against the matrix and its script. Now, if you weren't preparing your realm and the rest of the astral ahead of time for your arrivals as a spirit, it would certainly be more difficult than if you did prepare. But if you at least arrive through suicide, or better yet, death in combat against the enemy, or a mix of both, like a kamikaze attack, it's automatically easier because not only do you know that you're dead and don't want to go back, you automatically have a higher state of intention and conscious awareness of the fact, of that fact. Okay, so this is what I think when he says that. When we die or dream, we enter a sort of drugged up state where, well, we believe what's happening. When we're in a dream, we sort of find ourselves in a dream. We really believe we're on this boat and there's this big giant shark and this tidal wave. We believe all that shit. We believe all of our teeth just fell out or our dick got chopped off, like these weird nightmares like a lot of people have. Like, we believe it when it's happening. So we're in this sort of like drug-induced state, not lucid and focused state. This is what I think he's saying, is that dying in that state puts you in the highest alertness state you can be in right off the bat. You can't be any more focused. You know you're dead. There is no manipulation. Especially if you don't want to go back, you would be in the best state. So it's interesting that in this realm, it's programmed that we all die randomly at random times. Isn't that weird? He wrote, you didn't die fighting the Japanese or the Americans in World War whatever, laugh out loud. You died fighting the Matrix itself, let alone going as far as existence itself. So you died with a certain intention. You really chose to die. You didn't struggle to hang on with your last dying breath. You weren't running from death. You were running towards it. Maintain the same exact thought process and level of will in the next realm, and you have a better chance of at least making it past the reincarnation station or anywhere you may pop up against your will. Okay, so I got a question, Shangael. There's a station, like some Beetlejuice fucking in between worlds place where you hang out. You take a number, and there's a little a witch doctor going around shrinking people's heads. Like, what do you mean by that? Is there literally a reincarnation station that my soul, like what magnetically gets sucked to? How do I end up at it? Is it a technology that sucks me to it? Is it because if I don't want to go there, why do I end up there? And if there's an endless amount of realms, like you mentioned earlier, fuck that realm. If I don't like it, I'll just go to another one, right? Can't don't do we not have the ability to travel to different realms while we're in the astral, based on our thoughts or what we want to manifest in the moment? I mean, I don't know. I got a lot of questions, but he wrote, without preparations, the expectations still aren't the highest, laugh out loud, but they're far better than just letting the script kill you where it wants to kill you, disrupt the system. Now, if you pair willful dying with lucidity training, astral practice, etc., you're talking God status. That's astral lord status. That will help you very easily realize exactly what the astral is and what its extent is, what this section of it is, how to operate within it, etc. How do you operate within it, Shangael? If you know, what do you like? Don't you just visualize what you want to manifest and it's instant, like to transportation to such location? Like, isn't that the way it works? He wrote, everyone always thinks the astral is smaller than it is because their literary endeavors are inadequate and their conscious, subconscious, and unconscious awareness is smaller than they think it is. Their mastery is not as masterful as they believe it is, laugh out loud. They translate everything with the human brain. You never acknowledge this obvious fact. Nothing they've subjectively experienced is objective. It is simply one subjective experience of the same thing, pieced pieces to a puzzle, not the whole puzzle itself, which is why the astral is always basically said to be one of a few layers, digital or otherwise, atop this realm, or even just the earth. No, laugh out loud. They all say it's just their one thing. Saturn Matrix, Moon Matrix, VR headset, nanotech, trapped consciousness, soul trap, etc. No, laugh out loud. It's all just levels of the same thing. Picking an exact theory, essentially any theory heavily based on the subjective experiences of others, is not very smart to do. It's best to take all information and stack it from impossible or from possible to impossible. Most likely to least likely, most useful to least useful. When you find every possible solution to each individual theory, following the order you rank them in, then in every way you possibly can, you share and put into practice any and all solutions to any and all theories as soon as you come to them. I would say to Shangael at this point, like, dude, it seems like they have a pretty strong grasp on the whole situation of our existence. Is it futile to even try anymore? Like they've got us trapped here, they got us trapped in the astral realm. They're going to trap us in the transition center. Then they're going to trap us past that, and we have to master past that to get past that, and then we have to master past that to get past that. And then it's just like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, what do you think's going on here, Shangael? Do you think that we're in some advanced game system and we're just AI energy that can't make sense of its next incarnation? Like, what do you think's actually happening here in this projected simulation? Do you think it's a hell realm, a suffering realm, a Dookie Boy realm, a Matrix simulation? I think it's a simulation with that Dango thoughts shit that's going on with that projected fucking bullshit. Uh, but why? Why are we subjected to this bizarre realm where we suffer and then like we may even suffer out of this existence, like to this next astral realm where we need to master it and become these fucking God-minded, fucking meditating, lucid dreaming, astral projecting special entity guys to fight the evil mate? Like, is this a video game? Like, what the fuck do you think's happening here, Shingo? Just in a nutshell, that's my question. Everything I just said, pretty much, Shingo, what the fuck do you think's actually happening here? He wrote, and you discard nothing, even that which you believe to be impossible. It's all on the board. Then compare it with your subjective experience and then the subjective experiences of others. Never settle for somebody else's one thing. That's called religion. I never do. My mind's always constantly evolving. That's why I say anyone that tells you they have the truth, run the other way, because I haven't found it yet. My mind changes every fucking second of every day. But he wrote, Or you could say my mind's not just changing, but evolving. I look at every little fucking aspect of reality and every aspect past reality. He wrote the best that I can. If I got to do it through other people that have mastered this shit already, then so be it. He wrote, if you take each of their one thing seriously, it makes everyone else's incorrect, which would mean either they're all incorrect about what the astral is, or they're all correct, or some of them are lying, and things also those lines, or things along those lines. But if we just take all of them at their word, all the different, in quotes, this is what the astral is, answers, laugh out loud, it's far more likely that they're all wrong or all correct than it is that one of them is correct and the rest of them are wrong, or that one of them is wrong and that the rest of them are correct. I mean, think if we do become like VR people, like the whole reality becomes like the VR fucking headset reality, meta VR, like what kind of effect is that going to have on people? Astral projecting abilities or meditation abilities. Are you going to be able to meditate in the VR? Is there going to be a constant distraction? Or do you think VR is going to make people better at astral projecting? Do you think VR is going to make people better at manifesting when they're in the astral because they're used to doing it with their mind while they're. Anyways, these are questions I would ask Shangael. Yet they are. Yet they all claim that it's this or that, definitively with no way of objectively proving it to anyone. If they truly understood what the astral is, they'd understand that what they saw is what they saw. Laugh my ass off. I understand that just based off all the different astral projection stories I've heard. It does not seem to be one solidified way. It seems even when there's similarities, there's still differences. It's almost to me like the person's manifesting that with their own minds. Or the way it works is that these thought entities playing with us project a scenario onto us that they want us to see, and then our brain sort of creates it. It may work like that, and that's why there's little differences because each individual may make this pathway have pots of flowers next to it instead of flowing energy or a waterfall. Uh, he wrote, if they truly understood what the astral is, they'd understand that what they saw is what they saw. I already read that. I'm sorry. If folks aren't capable of astral projection or travel or even just lucid dreaming yet, they've got a long way to go before they start getting to a real. I've got to pause this after this moment. I'm running out of time. Start getting to a real understanding of what solutions in the astral even means. Laugh out loud. It's one thing to have it explained to you. It's another thing to understand it based upon your personal experience. When you see something die and revive seemingly infinitely because it has seemingly infinite power sources, you eventually realize that needs to be dealt with first. One sec, guys. But yeah, he said you eventually realize what needs to be dealt with first, the power source. So if there is a thing in the astral that needs to be dealt with, what should be dealt with first? Its power source. Laugh out loud. There are sub realms and sub under gods that can actually be killed, like dead. Gods can even be destroyed, but it's so much easier to kill a god when they've been weakened and their source of power has been lessened or depleted. Then you might actually kill that god and it actually dies in the minds of those last few who worshipped it. The timeline changes. Geez, what the fuck is going on? It sounds like some fucking never ending story type shit going on here. What the fuck? He wrote, but as long as there's billions of people worshiping a god, you can't kill it as many times as you want in the astral, or you can kill it as many times as you want in the astral, but that's only keeping it at bay. It's a defensive strategy, not offensive. You will not win this way. So are you saying that Jesus, who's our biggest enemy in the astral right now, Shango? He wrote, this is a matrix in the astral. As long as it has power, it'll just keep coming back, keep mutating, and maybe even keep getting stronger until it finally defeats you. Because it's literally fed and powered by the minds of men, maybe even multiple species of them. All things are in the astral, including this realm, the matrix, everything. The astral is literally the thought of realm, or the thought realm. It is. This is kind of how I see it too. If it is, it's just consciousness happening within itself. He wrote, excuse me, and we may already be in a simulation, like, just so you guys know. But he wrote, the astral is literally the thought realm. It is the realm of unconscious, subconscious, and conscious thought. The realm of creation. It is creation itself, and it's all interconnected. In order to do something meaningful on one level, you have to be doing something that matches that on another level. If not all levels of reality, if if not all levels of reality simultaneously. Every level of reality you exist upon, you have to be moving in a direction, causing an effect. That helps your agenda in every other level of reality. Folks want to skip over this reality entirely and just jump straight into the astral, but they can't even lucid dream, laugh out loud. We've all got to start somewhere. You don't just jump to the end point of God mode. I fucking wish, laugh my ass off, but no, nothing works that way. Everything starts at the starting line. Some people run faster than others, but everyone starts at the same place. And for me, as well as, I don't know if everybody starts at the same place. I really do think that there are some people that are gifted at these kinds of things. There are some people that just have a knack for it. But it's difficult to have faith in other people's. Like, if somebody's telling you they're astral projecting and this is what they're experiencing, it's hard to go based off just what they tell you, especially in a reality like this where all humans are delusional. People create all kinds of cartoon stories, blah, blah, blah. So it takes a level of faith to listen to anybody say anything, especially something as bizarre as this, that this is what's happening to us and blah, blah, blah. Uh, but I definitely don't think everyone starts at the same place. I think some people are gifted. I think some people can even become gifted at, let's say, meditation or lucid dreaming based on certain substances they use. It's all different to each individual. But anyways, he wrote, I think some person could learn to lucid dream in 6 months, while another person might take them a year and a half. Anyways, he wrote, and for me, as well as anyone, I personally know that I can truly vouch for actually doing these things had to change their entire lives. It literally has to become one's life. If it isn't, success will be fleeting at best. That's why I laugh at folks when they say that they do this and are winning, defeating the Matrix and its demons, usually with the help of Jesus and his angels. Yes, I just laugh. And then there's those who swear by their lucid, or swear they are lucid every night, always projecting or traveling. Yet I look at their lives and it's clear as day. They don't. They wake up to an alarm, go to slavery, follow all sorts of times, like breakfast time, lunch time, break time, leave work when it's quitting time, run whatever errands they need to run, do whatever social obligations they have, pay bills, shopping, etc., pick up the kids, pick up whatever wife or husband needs, go home. Now it's dinner time, laugh out loud. They entertain themselves, swipe left to right on the dating and sex apps, sit there with their spouse on the sofa, check social media, scroll through all the brain rot shorts, maybe have some sex or masturbation of some sort, maybe their drug of choice or drink of choice. Geez, you're making me feel bad in here right now. And this is why people don't like the truth. This is why people don't like the harsh truth, because it hurts their pussy. Go to sleep with a TV on and a full volume smartphone near their head, maybe even under their pillow, wake up to an alarm, do it all over again for decades, never changing or interrupting. I can't say I hit every check mark on that list, but maybe a couple. He wrote, I definitely cope with weed. I definitely do. Like, this reality fucking sucks. Being here fucking sucks. So it makes me about 10% happier, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it helps. It's a cope. He wrote, never changing or interrupting this flow in order to create a new flow. And I know that to me, coffee's an addiction and a cope. I use coffee to cope. It's my little dopamine. I masturbate as well, believe it or not. This old man over here, I shouldn't be talking about that. I'm brutally honest. Look, it is what it is. People, men, well, especially young men, people do these things. You know, when your sex drives through the roof and you're fucking 14, 15, whatever, and you see a picture of a naked woman for the first time and you don't masturbate, you're a special kind of motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't getting no coochie and you don't masturbate, and I don't know if women have that same, but I can explain to you from my perspective as a man, I was exposed to sexual imagery at a young age, probably like 7, 8, whatever. But I knew exactly what it looked like and how it all worked, everything. And my sex drive was ridiculously ridiculous hard to deal with. Um, he wrote, never change. I mean, no, I think it's funny because we get older and our sex drive diminishes and we want it back. But really, thinking back's like, well, I guess we want like 50% back. Like, I don't want that back full. Maybe some days I wish it was that strong again. Like when I was a teenager, like, oh my God, bro, my fucking, I probably could have had sex literally 24 hours a day. For decades, he wrote, never changing or interrupting this flow in order to create a new flow that better suits lucidity training and astral practice, but swear they're a whole anti-matrix warriors in the astral, dot, dot, dot. Sure they are, dot, dot, dot. He's not being condescending, guys. If he's telling the truth, he's really trying to help people. I would hope that your mind's at a level where you could see through that. I understand the condescending. He's getting annoyed. Like he wants people to truly wake up. And if what he's saying is true and his heart's in the right place, he's saying this to wake people the fuck up. But he wrote, it literally has to become your life. If this is not what your life is about, you will not become a master at it any more than Michael Jordan would have mastered basketball if he didn't make it his life. When basketball players say ball is life, we should be saying freedom is life. I would say, so what do you recommend for people, Shangael? Like I'm talking about the average person that's supporting a family. Like what do you say to them? Uh, the people that can't devote 24 hours a day of their life to consciousness expansion. I would like to be on a damn farm with my fucking family growing goddamn mushrooms. That's what I would like. Fuck it. If I don't need to, I'll do it through damn, the old fashioned way. Fuck all this sitting there taking years to get there. I'll fucking take 10 grams of fucking psilocybin and take a damn moonshot and go to another dimension. I'll take 20 grams. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm hardcore with it, baby. He wrote, I say the words ball is life because it just reminds me to have that thought process. I'm obviously not playing ball, laugh out loud, but just exchange the word ball for whatever it is you want. So I like using the term ball is life as a metaphor for whatever I do daily. And it should get the point across to anyone who understands the term. Yeah, he's basically saying you have to become obsessed with your craft. You're not going to be a UFC champion for as long as John Jones has been, we'll say, without being completely obsessed with fighting. Obsessed. 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 When you see a fighter defeat another great fighter, that dude was even more obsessed than that guy was. That dude's, maybe his obsession diminishes with age. Like you could say like a Jose Aldo or someone that was like a champion for so long, like a decade. Maybe it diminishes with age. They're not as excited. But that guy's a hungry newcomer. They're even more obsessed. You've already got money. You're sleeping in silk boxers, motherfucker. When Jack, I don't know. That's a Mandela effect. I'm pretty sure it was Jack Dempsey. He said it's hard to get up and jog when you're wearing silk boxers. Basically, once you're in the lap of luxury, you're not hungry no more. It's hard to beat these up and coming hungry fucking warriors, But you got to be obsessed with it, is what he's saying. He wrote, "This is what I mean. I think this is what I mean when I say my whole life is a ritual. That." This is why I say this is pretty much all I think about and do, no matter what I'm doing. In my mind, I am in some way I do this constantly as well, Shangael, but I'm not an astral projector. Tuning it towards mastering the astral and moving towards freedom. Everything I watch, listen to, read, experience, etc. I always have like 6 mental screens open at the same time. That's why I think you say it. I think what I'm doing is the best approach, to be honest with you. Like you say, dying in war is a great way to start the next realm, right? I'd say doing what you're saying, you're doing here, constantly tuning your mind for a whole lifetime to question the matrix, to be against the matrix. That's way better, I think, than dying in war. I mean, maybe if you did all that I'm saying, and then fucking died in war, that's just like the best. Maybe that'll be, I don't know, maybe that'll be my little plan or whatever. But because like now at this point, our subconsciouses are completely in a constant state of deprogramming the code and matrix. You know what I'm saying? We're going to die way better off than warriors did, especially if they didn't question reality the same way we do. But and maybe they did. Maybe that's all people did back then, because there wasn't any distractions like the fucking real world and Kim Kardashians and Kanye West and big booty hoes. And anyways, he wrote, I love big booty hoes, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, they don't have to be hoes. They don't have to be hoes. I mean, take better care of yourself, sweetheart. Have some damn self-respect. How do you expect a real man to respect you if you're a hoe? Anyways, he wrote, but we'll just say big booty woman, we'll say. Nothing wrong with a big booty woman. Actually, there is. There is. It's a distraction. It is, though, isn't it? And then you got some girl out there. What if there's a girl out there that she's a truther, but she's got a big shelf ass? So when she goes to truther meets where they're trying to learn to not use distractions, she's walking around distracting everybody. Oh, she's programmed to be a big booty demon. I'm sorry. That's why I said, unless somebody is willing to rearrange their life and thought processes so they can truly meditate 8 hours a day. Bro, I used to meditate 16 hours. You could just say all my, in quotes, waking moments were meditation. I didn't sleep too long during that year and a half, whatever it was. I probably slept like 4 hours a day or something. I didn't need to. Well, I was meditating a lot, but I think you are sleeping a little bit when you're meditating. I don't know. I would stop breathing. I would stop breathing completely. Like people would say, like, I would find ultimate stillness. I think I would even stop breathing. People say to focus on the breath, and it's like, no, you don't focus on the breath. That's that's not a stupid thing to do, but that's a good way to start a meditation. But no, you forget your breathing. Fuck focusing on the breath. Anyways, you make one inhale that never stops. I'm sorry. This is what I do. Why am I explaining it wrong? So I slow my breathing and heart rate down. And then I get to a point where I'm inhaling constantly. I don't think I exhale. It's just one big giant inhale. A sort of slow-paced inhale. So I stop breathing. But I see that I already read that. Oh, shit, I didn't highlight, guys. I lost where I was. He wrote, this is what I mean when I say my whole life is a ritual. This is why I say this is pretty much all I think about and do. No matter what I'm doing in my mind, I'm in some way tuning it towards mastering. I don't know. He said, I meditate 8 hours a day, and then I had my ego to jump in and say, well, I had to one up him. I'm sorry, Shangael. Anyways, he wrote, you have to meditate 8 hours a day straight, on and off, focused, mindless, etc. I wouldn't even begin teaching them anything astral, because you pretty much need to have a free mind at all times. If not, I think it's basically impossible. I know it would be impossible for me to still just be slaving every day, let alone family, life, and anything else, and be, yeah, dude, we're way better off now that I think about it. Shangael, we're way better off. Like, dude, I wouldn't, and no matter if I appeared in a new scenario, I'm still in that constant mindset of this is the Matrix is trying to deceive me. Like, we've literally brainwashed ourselves perfect for the afterlife, I think. But he wrote, and be where, he wrote, and be where I am with it today. I took sacrifice, some that felt great, but not so much. Laugh out loud. It's definitely not for everyone. I'm sorry. I'm rereading this real quick because I'm kind of confused what the fuck he was even talking about. Just to be slave. Oh yeah, he's saying basically it's difficult. It's difficult to fucking do what he's saying. He wrote on Sunday, January 9th. Oh no, I don't know what I'm reading there. He linked another video. Is it that same one? I think that is the same one. Let me check real quick. Yes, that is the same one. How to Lucid Dream as an Adult, a Guide for Grown-Ups. Daniel Love is the name of the channel. That's the video he linked earlier as well. He wrote, this is exactly what I've been saying for years. This is not there's not many lucid dreaming channels I endorse, but this didn't I already read this? Definitely one of them. This is why I'm always telling people I had to quit basically everything in life in order to truly master the astral, starting with lucid dreaming, because you dream about your life and your life affects your subconscious mind. I was able to lucid dream up a visual of a windy beach area with palm trees and a sort of like bar or something that was over here. It was only for a few seconds. I was trying to manifest Halle Berry. I wanted to have sex with her. But anyways, here indoors. But this is definitely one. Because you dream about your life and your life affects your subconscious mind and programming. Depending on why you are practicing astral slash lucidity training, living the average adult life can absolutely be a huge hindrance. If you're just trying to lucid dream, you can still figure that out, no matter what type of life you're living. But if you're trying to bring it further, I'm sorry, something in my damn mind caught me funny. I'm sorry, I'm not even paying attention to this. But if you're trying to bring it further into astral practices, especially for a particular, I do want to say this is very difficult for me. I appreciate you, Shangael. I'm going to go over this whole fucking thing. This is very difficult for me. It's so difficult for me to stay focused on one thing for this long. I don't know if that's ADD. I don't know. I just know that's how I experience it. It's like my mind really just can't do it. It starts, it like floods me with thoughts that are trying to entertain my mind. Um, Things become boring. Even the most important subject in the world becomes boring to my brain, even though. So it's like, is my brain working for me or working against me? You know what I'm saying? Well, anyways, he wrote, um, I'm sorry, I'm doing a bad job at this right now, guys, because of that. I'm dealing with it. He wrote, especially for a particular anti-matrix agenda, that's when leading the average. Actually, let me show Shingo some fucking respect and read this over again because I've now butchered it. Because you dream about your life and your life affects your subconscious mind and programming, depending on why you're practicing astral slash lucidity training, living the average adult life can be absolutely a huge hindrance. If you're just trying to lucid dream, you can still figure that out, no matter what type of life you're living. But if you're trying to bring it further into astral practices, especially for a particular anti-matrix agenda, that's when leading the average adult human life can make it damn near impossible, if not impossible. In this modern age with the internet, with people's attention spans, sorry about that, Shingo. Perfect timing. Anyways, he wrote, with slavery and family and children and everything else, in order to master just lucid dreaming, let alone astral mastery, especially as an adult. Why do you keep saying as an adult? Oh, because people have so many responsibilities, or are you saying that because they're an adult, like their brains have been rotted, or it's harder, just in general? He wrote, a lot of things are going to have. That's a serious question. I need to know the answer to that question, please, Shingo. He wrote, especially as an adult, a lot of things are going to have to change in people's lives. A lot of things we need to be quit. I don't know if he meant we need to be quiet. A lot of no, no. He meant a lot of things we need to quit. A lot of things need to be rearranged in order to change their focus and integrate the lucidity training into a 24-hour per day practice. Dude, do you realize? He does realize. He knows. He knows what he knows. He's asking something impossible from people because of the matrix system. Do you see how it works against us all? If he's right, again, I tend, this sort of all rings true to me. What's weird is I feel like I've already experienced all these things he's talking about, and I don't know why I feel that way. Um, Anyways, he wrote, maybe it's just in the agenda of movies. Maybe a lot of these Hollywood people we all call baby eaters and hate so much are actually trying to tell us something important while in the Matrix. Who knows? Um, Maybe that all that those movies, the Dark City, The Matrix, Truman Show, The 13th Floor. The 13th Floor is actually an amazing one. I've only seen it twice. I've seen The Matrix probably 20 times. I've seen The 13th Floor, and that's almost become more of my favorite one. And what a great little, the story, the way they did the story there was pretty amazing. But because lucidity training is 24 hours per day, Then there's astral practice, which requires deep, long. I think that's what's at the North Pole. Like when people say they hide the North Pole from us, or the damn Antarctic wall, I think that's what you would see. You would run into like a not fully textured, polygonal, fucking simulated reality. Uh, Anyways, he wrote. Then there's let me focus. Okay, let me focus for the next 8 fucking minutes. Is that too much to ask, Chris? Can you fucking focus for 8 motherfucking minutes? Because lucidity training is 24 hours per day, that there's no astral practice that requires deep, long meditations, mindful, mindless meditations, void meditations, chaos meditations, enlightenment meditations, and darkenment meditations, and then literal astral practice. If it's not my mind, I'll start burping and shit to distract me. Your where is your position? Lying down, sitting, or standing still, attempting to exit the body through projection. When you're laying down, attempting to activate your own hypnagogic state in order to induce your own conscious lucid dream state so you can exit out of the dream state and step into the astral. That's kind of what I did, Shangael, where I sort of made a scene. One sec, guys. All right, guys. Actually, I'm just going to wrap this one up now. Didn't realize the email. Well, I kind of did realize it, but then I kept reading. But I'm already going into it. But it looks like it was copy pasted twice in the same email. So I started reading already stuff that I'd already gone over. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this one up, and I'm going to follow it up with my next angry fucking rant video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Or shout out to Shangael. I appreciate the email, brother. If you want me to cover any more emails, send them to me, and I'll be more than happy to go over that stuff. Actually, if anybody, this goes to anybody, if you want me to cover an email in a video, the same way I just covered Shangel's, I'll be more than happy to do that. If it's some shit that rings true to me, or actually, I'll go over shit that doesn't ring true to me, and I'll just call it out how I see it. But anyways, I'm open to emails. My emails should be in the description of the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.